This woman writes, guys, do you really like the Instagram bikini photos? Yes. I would say yes. Sometimes if she's like overdoing it, like it's just like super, super revealing, it might not make the guy like respect her as much, meaning like, man, if I were to date her, would I really want to other people to know that I'm dating her and she's posting these pics and basically it's all out in the open? But that's really just if she's overdoing it to an extreme level. But I would say for the most part, yes, guys are very attracted to bikini pictures. Guys are visual. That's what it is, you know. And so visual aspects matter a lot to guys. Sometimes visual aspects matter to women, but not at the level that guys have it. So if you're a guy and you have like good looks, it's like that might get you in the door, that might get you a couple dates. But if you're not acting in strong masculine ways or ways that kind of align with the two of you's polarities, masculine and feminine, if you're not being like a leader in this relationship, if you're doing things to just turn her off that display like needy, insecure behavior, then no matter if you're good looking or not, you're going to get rejected. In comparison, sometimes like women who are like quote unquote toxic or have a lot of negative qualities, but they're beautiful, oftentimes those women actually stay in relationships. Kind of guys put up with it just because she's beautiful. And I would advise against that because it really makes your life tough, dramatic, stressful. So just be aware of that. Are you in a relationship based on looks? Let's get into the post. I find Instagram can definitely make me feel not good enough. Well, it's just because you're comparing and you're in that pattern of comparison. Whenever you're in that pattern, it's like, well, you're not content with yourself. Sometimes it can be useful because sometimes it leads to self-improvement. But if you're constantly living in that comparison mode, it's like you're just going to drain your energy. I just can't compete with the girls that are super tanned and have really good bikini photos and show their bums in poses. I don't do any of that stuff on Instagram. Makes me almost feel inadequate, I think is the word I'm looking for to describe my feelings. Compared to them. Comparison mode. Guys pay attention to them, and I'm the 27-year-old pasty, freckled girl that doesn't get noticed. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, it's like if you're fun to be around, that's going to make a big difference. I'm not going to basically put looks down because looks are very important, and it is probably something that creates the value as far as attraction, meaning it's worth it to kind of invest in your looks if you're a woman. But ultimately, it's like from a guy's perspective that's trained, that knows what he's doing, that knows how to lead a relationship, knows what to look for. It's like he's going to look past looks. Looks are going to be important. That's probably always going to be there. But what you'll also find is that looks fade as far as you getting like attached to them. So it's always going to make a difference. But it's like, say you're in a relationship with a beautiful woman for a year. It's like, well, sometimes it's like when you're with that woman, because you're around her so much, it's almost like you don't appreciate the looks as much. And it just matters more about, is she fun to be around? Does she make me feel good being around her? So I'd say for your perspective, I'd say work on them both. Whether that's investing in your wardrobe, getting into the gym, taking care of your body, but then also taking care of your mind, feeding your mind with content that helps you improve in relationships. Maybe it's content that trains you to be more feminine so you can attract like a guy that you're really interested in, or just be fun to be around and understand how to talk with people and communicate with people and look at the other person's point of views, and maybe really good communication skills, or maybe you're like really supportive in the other guy's mission. All these things will really have a benefit. So it's like looks are one of those things, but there are a lot of other things as well that you can bring to the table. It all starts with just day one, improving yourself, adopting that growth mindset. So I wish you the best on that journey, and I'll see you on the next video.